Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. I'm so glad I found them. They have made this experience one of the easiest and greatest. One of the best parts about it, it's free. Hey, you can't beat that. They also have amazing, easy to use creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your computer or your phone. Anchor also takes the time out to distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. While you're doing what you love, you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one. Why choose anyone else? Do yourself a favor and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's Anchor, ANCHOR.FM. You won't regret it.
Stay in your motherfucking lane, nigga. You fucking with a dawn, nigga. Yeah, follow me. 50, me 50. He's the biggest thug you ever seen.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Let Me Touch You podcast. It's your girl Barbie. So today I decided to do a little bonus episode for you guys. I hope you guys have been enjoying season 3 so far. I have been enjoying creating each and every episode for you guys. The feedback has been amazing. I want to thank all the podcasters who have collaborated that you guys have heard so far, but there's so much more to come. I can't wait to release that. So on another note, I decided to drop this bonus episode because yesterday I was listening to a fellow podcaster. Shout out to Courtney from the Barbie Way podcast. I was listening to her episode with Rosie from the Rosie Perspective podcast and Cherry from the Wine Time podcast. If you guys are not doing so already, make sure to follow all three of the beautiful ladies and listen to Courtney's last episode, which is titled Podcast Etiquettes. So on that episode, she discussed certain things which she felt was podcast etiquettes, according to her opinions. And then towards the ending, a little discussion happened, which I'm gonna play for you guys to listen.
Have y'all ever come across a person that say, oh well, I know that your episode dropping today and I don't want to shine on you, but what? Me and Rosie drop on the same damn day.
Every fucking week.
Ain't no competition.
Child, hold on, because that actually happened to me. Okay, somebody, I was coming out with season 2, and she asked me, well, what date? Mind you, my date was already on my bio. Okay. As in season 2 is dropping January 22nd. That was the day it dropped. It was up there. You're writing me because first you want to collab, and then second, you asked me, well, when is your podcast season 2 dropping? Because I don't want to put mine out too closer to yours so you can have your time.
Bitch! So wait, are you not gonna have your time? Y'all got 2 different sets of audiences, bitch. And whoever fuck with the Barbie way, fuck with the Barbie way. We don't give a fuck if 8 people are putting out new seasons that fucking day. Your shit's still fucking getting listened to. So what are they talking about?
You just said what needed to be said about that, and that's it. And we ain't giving it no more attention after that, because I felt like I would never write you, Rosie, and say some shit like that.
Seriously.
Even as we cool like that, I would never write. So I'm thinking, no, because it just looked like you pre-planning some shit.
Yeah,
you got some shit coming. What are you talking about? Like, just do you.
But I think that's where the competition thing comes in, where people are continuously competing with other people.
Listen.
It shouldn't be that. You're never going to win if you're competing. There's too many of us podcasters out here. Just stay in your own lane, do your own thing. Whoever rocks with you, go rock with you.
Rock with you, and if not, don't force it. You got to just be
That's
yourself.
it.
That's how I feel about it. I'm at work being, nice and quiet. On my podcast, I want to be strictly me, unapologetically me.
Period.
So
You gotta be
if
yourself.
I gotta
That's what
alter
makes yourself.
myself to make another bitch feel comfortable, then bitch, this ain't the podcast or the page for you.
So that was a clip. First and foremost, my listeners, my family, my friends, everybody that knows me knows how I am, knows the type of person I am. And one thing I don't do is that I don't talk shit behind no one's back. So that's why I decided to create this episode. So after listening to that little piece at the ending of her episode, I'm like, I think she's talking about me. But if she's talking about me, a bitch like me would approach me and not say such and such, whatever, or somebody said this, somebody said that. If I have something to say to you and I don't have the balls to hit you up in your DM to say it, and I'm going to record about it, I'm going to state your name and I'm going to address you directly. So me being the bitch that I am, I went and I hit up. But you see, I'm a bitch, that bitch, the HBIC, but I'm a respectful bitch. So I was like, you know what, before I get into me hitting up after listening to that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the message that I sent her, and you guys let me know if you saw a hidden agenda of any kind. So on January 18th, I hit her up, and I hit her with the, hey love, hope all is well. So I'm reaching out for two things. First, wanted to know if you were available to record the last weekend of February, and what date are you going to release your second season. I don't want to bring out season 3 too close to your season dropping. Want to make sure you have your time. And I send a winky face. Her response was, hey boo, I have to check. I know I have collaborations set up in February, and check my page, I posted it. Make sure you subscribe to the visuals. It's the first link in the bio. My response was, yes, I subscribed this morning. Okay, let me know. That's the only weekend I'm free next month. If anything, we can book something for March. Keep me posted. She said, okay. And then my last response was, just saw your post, best date. That's my twin's birthday. Okay, cool. I'll be releasing mine the ending of February. Okay, so to explain the reason why I hit her up, not that I need to explain shit to anybody, but I don't like people talking shit, trying to make something out of nothing. The type of person I am, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. And I have always been a supporter of her podcast. She was the first podcast that I listened to. I remember entering a giveaway for her podcast. The first time I had ever won anything in life was with her podcast. So, you know, I've been the Barbie Way podcast fan since day one, since I started with podcasting. So the reason why I hit her up is because I'm the type of person, I don't want anyone to ever feel like if I'm trying to step on their toes. Whether it had been her, whether it had been Wine Time, whether it had been Ladies Pitch or Let's Talk Ish podcast, whatever podcast I support, I would have did the same exact thing and hit them up, only because if you're dropping your season on such date, I want to make sure I'm out there throwing your shit out there, supporting you, sharing this, sharing that, to make sure you get the love and the support you need. If we release on the same day, our season premiere is the same day, I'm not going to be able to invest the time that I would love to invest on showing you your flowers, because right then and there I'm doing my own shit. So that is the only reason why I hit you up. No hidden agendas, Rosie, no competition. I compete with no one but the person that I was yesterday. I really don't understand what's going on with the whole podcast community. It's like when I started off, I was loving it. Everybody was so welcoming. It was just like one huge family, everybody supporting each other in every way they could. And lately, I don't know if it's because people got over 1,000 followers or over 10, 20 subscribers on YouTube or whatever the fuck it is, that they think that they hot shit and they want to act like if their shit don't stink. At the end of the day, we all started from nothing and we're trying to work our way up to build something with this. So we're all supposed to be here to empower each other, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I bugging? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. So me being the bitch that I am, because if I have something to say, I'm going to approach you about it. I went and I DM'd her. I sent a long text. Those of you who know me know that I'm very detailed in everything I say. And I expressed to her that, you know, I listened to her episode and I explained to her exactly why I had reached out the same way I just explained to you guys. Her response, "This is way too long. Have a good rest of your day." My response, "It's funny how people have the energy to talk shit, but when they're approached about it, they can't keep that same energy." Her response is, "You're in your bag. Nobody ever mentioned your name. You thought you was the only one that wrote me. I said what I said. Thanks for listening. Visuals are out at 1 p.m. today." And my final response was, "Girl, ain't nobody in their bag. If I was in my bag, I would have never approached you in a respectful way. You didn't have to mention my name. You said exactly what I said word for word. But I'm not going to do this back and forth with you. You said what you said. I addressed it, and that's the end of that." You see the difference between me and a lot of people out there. If I'm going to address something, I'm going to address it directly to you. Like I said earlier, I'm going to say your name. Obviously, from the clip and the messages that I just read to you guys, she didn't have to say my name. She said exactly what I said word for word. So why start something, say some shit, and make up a retarded ass scenario in your mind that there was probably some hidden agenda when I was just genuinely being who I am, the nice person that I am. And I was just reaching out because I didn't want our things to collide. I know we have two different sets of audiences. Your podcast speaks about certain things, so does mine. It has nothing to do with that. There's never any competition with you, with anyone that talks about the same thing I talk about, nothing. No competition with no one at all. I'm not in this to compete with no one. I'm in this to sit here and discuss different things that I've been through in life and see in which way my experiences can help someone who's currently going through it, or can help enlighten a situation for someone who might go through in the future and can be like, you know what? Barbie spoke about this one day. Instead of handling it this way, let me handle it that way. So I say all of this to say this. You podcasters out there, y'all need to jump off that high horse y'all on. Because some of y'all just swear. We're all in this for the same reason, for the same purpose. So I hope it looks like others are in it for competition or whatever the fuck they're in it for. But I know what I'm in it for. And if you're not going to sit here and support your fellow podcasters in a positive way, you need to shut the fuck up. Because who are you to say that someone shouldn't do this or that to promote their podcast? Who are you to say anything? Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but to create an episode to sit here and bash people that actually take the time out to DM other people their episodes or to tag someone on their posts. Like, come on, everybody has their own way of doing things. And just because